Let me ask you a question. Have you ever just needed a friend, just needed somebody to talk to, just needed a woman to maybe share your heart with, let them know what was going on because maybe you just needed a reality check. Maybe you just needed to feel like, you know what, you're not the only one, that somebody else has been there and walked through what you're going through. I know I felt that. And I felt that the church could really do a better job of encouraging women to mentor other women. Well, I had an opportunity today to meet with a young lady from our church. She is a relatively new member, and I reached out and said, hey, if you ever want to get together, we'll get together one Saturday. And today we did that. We met up at a farmer's market, and it sounds like such a simple thing, but it was such a wonderful time. I remember being that that person that was like, you know what? I wish I just had another woman to talk to. And sometimes you need to talk to people outside your family, right? Sometimes it they can't be objective, or they're going to have an opinion, and you just need an objective third party. Well, I never really got that. There was never like that auntie or that older mother in the church that I could, you know, just have a talk with. And today I got a chance to be that person. So I met with a lovely young lady, and we kind of made our rounds at the farmer's market, and then we sat in some rocking chairs and just talked like they used to do years ago. Like we just, people would just sit on the porch, and somebody would stop by the house and you would just sit on the porch and visit. I had the chance to do that today, and just learn a little bit more about her, and you know some her life. She's in her 30s, I'm in my 50s, and so just learn about her life, some of the things that she has gone through, encourage her in some ways because we've gone through some similar challenges in life. And it felt so good to be able to be that person. And look, she blessed me just as much as I hopefully blessed her. So I'm stopping by today to encourage you, because one thing I know about purpose is that all of us have a calling on our life to encourage somebody with our story. I truly believe that. I truly believe that none of us go through what we go through just for ourselves. I say that all the time, that God has put you here and taken you through the things that you have successfully come through, not just so that you can grow, but so that you can help somebody else who may end up going through similar battles and situations, right? He never does things singularly. I think he always has more than one purpose in what he does. And so I am encouraging you today to tap into that calling on your life, because it is there. It is absolutely a calling for you to speak life into a person, another young person. Or it may be even a peer. It doesn't even have to be somebody that's younger than you. But if you do have younger women in your family, in your neighborhood, in your community, in your church, then I encourage you to speak life into them, to tell them that, you know what, it is hard to go through fill in the blank. It is hard to go through a financial setback, a loss of some kind. It is a physical ailment, sick in your body, but you can come through it. And here's how I know. And share your story, right? It's the testimony is supposed to be so that others can benefit from it. And I think so many of us don't share our testimony, right? It's just like sort of like a lost art. It's something that, testimony service used to be something that we all had and we all did. And, all the churches That they all had testimony service. When's the last time you guys had testimony service if you do go to church? I know they don't do it at the church that I go to, and it used to be a regular thing. And so being more intentional about sharing your story and helping somebody else who's coming behind you is absolutely part of your calling, absolutely part of your purpose. So I stopped by today to encourage you to be that woman, right? That tightest woman that speaks life into somebody, that encourages somebody, that says, I see you, I hear you. If you ever want to grab coffee, you got a person to call. If you ever need somebody just to listen, you got somebody to call. And just open up your life. And I have a feeling that as we do this, the Lord may send us those people that we need, right? Those ladies that are a little further down the line in whatever we're going through. That's my hope and my prayer, and I think God's going to honor that. I truly do. So this is just a short little video. Is We're losing light here anyway. You guys probably won't be able to see me pretty soon. But if you have a young lady that you can speak life into, or even a peer, drop it in the comments and let me know that you plan to invite that person to sit down and have a talk, and to make yourself a little more available and be willing to share your story so that it can bless somebody else's life. And as always, I want you to study yourself, study the Word of God, and make sure that you dig into it so that you can see you the way that God sees you. I love you guys. Tell your story, get it out there, be a blessing to somebody. Talk to you later. Bye.